Hi, folks. Welcome to another episode of Ferrum Football First and 10 with Jordan Mann. I'm not Jordan Mann, I'm Gary Holden. I'm standing in for Jordan today, who's gone on fall break. With me, of course, is head coach Rob Grande. Rob, how are you?
Good to see you, Gary.
Good. Hey, so right now we're at Wednesday, a couple days out from getting ready for your game with LaGrange. You got a big game here at home. It is Fan Appreciation Day. All tickets have been reduced to $2 and everything. We'll talk about that in a few minutes, but talk a little bit about what you expect coming in with LaGrange. I know they got a big passing offense.
Yeah, they're a good football team. They also, against Methodist, had two backs go over 100 yards a few weeks ago, so they're quite capable of running the ball, but their senior quarterbacks, leading the nation. They're top 5 in the nation in passing, and Coach Mummy left last year as an air raid guy, and some of the personnel pieces kind of fit in that dynamic. And as the new coach has come in and put his own stamp on it, they've played really good football for 6 weeks, and 3 up and 3 down, but going to come in and give us everything they got.
The quarterback, threw for over 500 yards last week and 6 touchdowns. How do you stop a guy like that? Clearly, our secondary is going to be tested.
Sure. And if you look at it, 5 different kids caught touchdown passes. So not only did they have a high volume of yards and touchdowns, but they dispersed it. So you can't create exotic coverages to shut down one particular guy. It's going to be a combination of the defensive front as well as the back end to try to create some mismatches and do some confusion, because as a senior, if you put a cookie cutter coverage out there, he's going to figure it out, and
Sure.
you're going to have trouble. So we've got our hands full. We've had a good game plan, good week of prep, and obviously Wednesday's a big day for us to put the hay in the barn and get ready for Saturday.
Well, you've got a solid defense. So, do you like the fact that your defense, number one in the conference in total yards allowed, pass defense, sacks, second in the conference in run defense, scoring defense, interceptions, third in fumble recoveries? Do you like how your defense matches up with their offense?
Well, I like how our defense matches up with anybody, especially starting with our front four. And Coach Doss and the staff do a great job of trying to eliminate what teams want to do and make them go to something that's not what they hang their hat on. And that's week in and week out, changes that dynamic. But it's going to be a great test for them, and they understand. There's a very good quarterback coming in here, and a team that just beat an NC Wesleyan team that we faced 2 weeks ago, and like nothing more to go on the road and get a USA South win. So 2
completely different games there too. It looked like we had a 17-7 game. They had a shootout, scored almost 100 points between the 2 schools. Do you expect it to lean one way or the other?
Well, I hope it leans the other way with the scoring column on their end, and I'd like a high-scoring affair on our end and to shut them down on their end. But each game's different. I tell our players each chapter is years different, weeks different, and there's some things that happened last week that got that game going on both sides, and the defense has struggled at some point to get off the field. But we never know. You got to get in that game, make adjustments, and see if what we expected is what we're getting, and if not, what we need to do to win. And the end game is to win the game, whatever the score is
Sure.
to outscore the opponent. So they did that last week, and we're fixing to do it this week.
What do you guys need to get out of your offense this week?
To continue to improve on the things that they need to do. And I say this all the time, it sounds cliche, but we got to get better at Ferrum, and that'll take care of the other side of the ball. Obviously, they present problems, as every defense does. We can't compound those problems and make them bigger than they are. And say every week we want to complete drives with kicks, whether it's an extra point, ideally, field goal, or punt's not bad either, to get the ball downfield and get our defense back on the field. And that's something that we did a good job of last 2 weeks ago, and we got to continue to do it this week.
You're coming off an off week. You basically went 5 games, had the off week, and you got 5 more. Is that the best way a coach could want the season to go, as far as having your off week?
It's not horrible. Later in the year, I think it's a little tough. Early in the year is tough. Somewhere in that 3, 4, 5 range is good to get some film on yourselves, do some self-evaluation, as well as get a little bit healthier as we hit this back stretch, and work on the things we need to work on last week, and get LaGrange in our sights and have a good week this week.
Is the team fairly healthy right now coming into this game?
Fairly. We've had some season-ending injuries that have happened, but some of the guys that have been playing through some ankles and shoulders and just wear and tear had some time to get healed up. And Seth does a great job with our ATC group, and I feel good about where we are in that.
Yeah, well, Seth Crawford does a wonderful job, and we're so glad to have him back here doing this. So, Fan Appreciation Day. All tickets, $2. It doesn't matter where you're from, if you're from LaGrange, Georgia, Hawaii, or Ferrum, Virginia. Everyone pays $2. This is our way of saying thank you for supporting our program, for being here at home games, and helping to cheer on the Panthers. So, folks, we're here at Adams Stadium right now. If you're not doing anything on Saturday, make plans to travel down Route 40 to Ferrum, Virginia, and we'd love to see you out here cheering for the Panthers. The Ferrum Panthers, this one, because this is a game of two Panthers.
Real Panthers have to step up, so that's interesting to have the same mascot.
I know, tough writing press releases.
No doubt. That's for you to handle.
Yeah.
I'll handle something else.
Well, Rob, thanks so much for being on the show with us, and good luck this Saturday.
All right.
Folks, that's it for today. We'll have Jordan Mann back here for next week's Ferrum football 1st and 10. Thanks for being with us. Have a great weekend, and hopefully we'll see you at the stadium on Saturday.